before this video starts, I just want to say that all the links are in the description, and I really apologise for this video's content. This is my first time playing around with Photoshop in a long time, so just bear that in mind. Hey sinners, it's Hellamations. Today I'll be talking about an issue that has affected me and another artist named Phobia Circus, or Neon for short. Today is going to be about something called plagiarism. For me, plagiarism is when somebody takes somebody else's work, like some artwork or animation, and claims it as their own. According to Oxford, plagiarism is described as so. Plagiarism is presenting someone else's work or ideas as your own, with or without their consent, by incorporating it into your work without full acknowledgement. All published and unpublished material, whether in manuscript, printed, or electronic form, is covered under this definition. Plagiarism may be intentional or reckless, or unintentional. Under the regulations for examinations, intentional or reckless plagiarism is a disciplinary offence. I'm not going to be posting any of the screenshots or any of the evidence, mostly because this video has taken longer than expected, and I'm just going to explain my character and what I think of the situation between Phobia Circus and a lot of these so-called fans of VivziePop. To me, I think that Phobia Circus is an amazing artist. I think that her style is, it's similar to VivziePop, but no one owns a certain style. I think that her characters are really unique. I love her idea of this Phobia Circus with these phobias personified. I really love that idea, and I have a similar idea to that which is in the works. I don't really want to say much about it, but I love her ideas and I can't wait to see more. And I'm really upset that fans, or should I say so-called fans, of VivziePop, Hell of a Boss and Has Been Hotel have been attacking her, sending her even death threats. The reason why I want to talk about this issue is because I've had a similar issue in the past where people have compared my character Kai to Angel Dust. This is actually the first time I'm drawing Angel Dust, and I have done it right next to my character Kai, and I think that's actually quite funny. But when I was drawing the two of them, I felt that I didn't really copy Angel Dust. I just took a lot of inspiration from his design to put onto Kai's design. Anyway, this situation has been getting me upset. It has been getting this artist upset. And it's just horrible to see that this community has been attacking people for these original ideas, all because of an art style, or because of a colour palette. Now Angel Dust has a very pink, white, vibrant palette, but that's just a colour palette. A lot of other characters have that similar palette. Colours and art styles aren't owned by a singular person. VivziePop has a really unique style, but I've been seeing a lot of other artists incorporate this style now, and I think the reason is because they're really inspired by VivziePop, and one day they might use that style in a different way and make it their own and create something really original. It takes a long time to get to an art style that you feel comfortable with, and also that you feel that's unique to you. I feel like my art style is really unique to me now. However, I know a lot of people might think that it's very anime-ish, or it's copying a certain anime, but honestly, I've taken these different inspirations to create my style and my personality within my art, you could say. So for me, I feel like I'm being original. So when the first kind of concept of the new Kai came out, I felt like I was being really original with the design. I felt like Kai kind of had a lot more personality into their design. You could really see how sassy they were, how much of a deviant they were. But then I get a lot of comments saying, is this a has-been hotel OC? Really, Kai is none of those things because they are from my own series that I'm trying to create. They have their own backstory, they have their own powers, they have everything that's quite unique towards them. I chose the colours, apart from the greens, because of the idea that, yeah, radioactivity is mostly green or seen in this green light, but for me I felt like the red and the pinks were more scientifically accurate, because what happens is when radioactivity hits the body, we bleed from pretty much every orifice because our cells break down. So for me, the reds were really incorporating that blood and that loss of blood in Kai's design. That's why they're pure white now, with the really dark red ends. They are meant to be red, but when their power showed up, they just bleached, and the red is just the remnants of their original colour. So that's kind of the backstory of Kai a little. It's not a full backstory. I am trying to write it, but I've got university to worry about, and I've been really trying to work on my own ideas at the moment and trying to just get through university without too much troubles. So the idea of saying that an idea is copied simply because of a colour scheme or because of an art style is really quite ridiculous. It's made me quite upset with the artist community, and that's why I haven't been online as much, on like DeviantArt and posting as much art as I'd like to, because I've really kind of got upset with my own character, which I don't think anybody should have to go through. I've grown to love my character, but after all these comments, it made me feel really upset with them and that I wasn't being original. But then talking to friends, actually looking back on my character and their backstory, I realised that actually my character is really original and that taking inspiration is not a problem. For me, inspiration is looking at something that you really like, so Has Been Hotel or Hell of a Boss, and thinking, wow, I really like that design, I really like that colour scheme, I might incorporate it into my character. That's not necessarily copying, that's just taking inspiration from somebody who is really talented, such as VivziePop, and trying to make it your own. For me, VivziePop is a huge inspiration because she is where I would like to be in a few years' time. I'm an animation student, I'm studying at a university level, and for me, where she is a huge achievement. She's worked with my favourite voice actor, Richard Horvitz, and if anybody knows me, they know that I'm a huge Invader Zim fan. I've even got a tattoo of Invader Zim on my wrist, so that's just how far I'd go. But the thing is that all of this drama going around saying, you've copied VivziePop, your style is just a rip-off, you just trace, you just do whatever, it's really hurtful towards artists. And I feel like Phobia Circus, or Neon, has really got the bad end of this for many reasons. She was getting death threats, which I've seen pictures of, the evidence of people actually sending it to her. I've seen people commenting on her post on Twitter saying that she's just a copy, that she's got no creativity or originality, which is completely false. And I feel like that our community is just getting so much more toxic than it was a couple years ago. For me, I've only been in this artist community for a little while now. I was really trying to do other stuff rather than art itself, but I've always tried to keep up with little things here and there. I was in the cosplay community, and trust me, I know how toxic that was, and to see it in the artist community was actually really sad. I really hate this drama about people copying or tracing or doing whatever, and it's just so horrible to see artists go through it and then suddenly feel like their art isn't good enough or their ideas aren't good enough, and then they'll stop trying. And that's just really sad to me, because some of these artists have amazing ideas. As I said, Neon has this awesome idea about a Phobia Circus, all about these I can't think of the word personified phobias, and I thought that was really cool. I thought that her characters were really inventive, like they were really creative, they were really different, and I really appreciated seeing those kind of characters, whereas other people might be like, oh, that just looks like Vivzy Pop's art, and you know what, that's okay. If it looks like Vivzy Pop's art, then maybe she might get a job with Vivzy Pop one day. I don't know, she might be one of the animators, or one of the storyboard artist, or might be something along those lines. So it doesn't really matter whose style she draws in. If she's comfortable with it, then that's all that really matters. She's not plagiarizing Vivzy in any way, because an art style is not something you can own. Unfortunately, somebody could take my art style. Yeah, I'll probably feel a little hurt because I took a long time trying to figure out my art style, but they can take it and I'd be like, dude, you rock my art style better than I do. So it doesn't really matter. I can understand where people get upset and take inspiration from other artists, but honestly, it's just how people grow as an artist. I've taken a lot of inspiration from different sources like Invader Zim, Vivzy Pop. There's this artist or group of artists called Omega 2D who do US UK yaoi, and I took a lot of inspiration from that. I took a lot of inspiration from Hetalia and different artists that I've seen, and just thought I really liked that idea of how they did the eyes, or how they did the line art, or the colouring, blah 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 blah. And I took those little things and added it into my own artwork. And that's how inspiration works, is that you take little things from each and every artist that you like or shows, and then you add it to your own art, and that's how you kind of become an original artist. Not saying that people who just have one singular inspiration isn't creative. It is. But for me, I take things from a lot of artists and I use them in order to better myself. You know, it is kind of like when you see a footballer or a basketball player, how they play, and you think, wow, if I did that, maybe I'd be better at scoring a goal or scoring a hoop. I don't know. But anyway, I'm really sorry for all my rambling. This issue has really upset me and quite a few others. Even my friends got upset that I was upset, because it felt like my character was just being called a copy. And when I seen that Phobia Circus had the same issue, or at least a similar issue, I felt like I needed to make a video on this to kind of clear things up for the people who don't understand plagiarism and don't understand why, you know, this topic can be so serious. Things like artists being destroyed basically by these people and not wanting to persevere art, and that's really sad. So I apologize for how bad the actual video looks, because it is really crap. But I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.